T Radio.
Welcome, everyone. This is 5 Round MMA. My name is Alex Ramirez. Alongside is my co-host, Albert Cita. On the phone, we have Mr. Guillermo Cita from Orlando, Florida. Guillermo, how's it going?
Ala Madrid.
Soccer going on today?
We're gonna talk about MMA and boxing a little bit, but soccer, the best sport in the world, the most popular sport in the world. Two of the best teams in the planet playing tonight. And we're talking about MMA? Come on, bro.
Is this like a legit, is this a friendly game or is it a legit competitive game?
It was a legit game. So it's the winner of the Copa del Rey versus the winner of La Liga.
Okay.
Which is Barca versus Real Madrid. Two games today.
But they lost Neymar, bro.
I know. That's what her.
So
Barca
it's not
say.
it's not the true matchup that everybody wants no more.
Well, today's show, this is like Guillermo said, this is 5 Round MMA. We're talking about Conor McGregor and Paul Malignaggi, Paulie M. From the Jersey Shore, right? Malagini, whatever. That's pretty much dominating the headlines. There is no UFC events for the rest of this month. They're honing in on McGregor versus Mayweather, which is in a couple weeks on the 26th. King of the Cage is having an event this weekend. LFA has one coming up this weekend. So there are events out there. Bellator has one too, but none of them are in the scope of Mayweather versus McGregor, and the MMA sites and us are talking about all about this stuff. So we'll talk about that mostly for this round, this whole fight show, and then also a little bit of Ronda Rousey and kind of freestyle towards the end. So gentlemen, let's get started. Round number one. Last week we talked about the photo that was leaked by McGregor's camp of Paulie M.
Now it's the video, right, Alex?
Now it's the video of the knockdown, the infamous knockdown / pushdown released by Mr. Dana White himself. I guess he got tired of Paulie talking bad about his boy Conor McGregor. So like Dana White's always done in the past.
Don't talk about his boy.
He's got to protect Conor McGregor.
Don't talk about
he leaks the session
boys.
photos. Been a debate, knockdown, push down. What do you see? Like, I'm not a big boxing fan. I didn't know who Paulie M was until recently. And man, they picked the goofiest 30 seconds to expose this guy. His headgear was sideways. His headgear was sideways. He looked like
dude. It looked like a big brother punking his little brother. Like, I mean, Guillermo used to do that to me when I was like 4. Obviously, he can't do that to me anymore. I want to see that fool try to do that. But trust me. It looked like, honestly, it looked like an elementary school fight where the bigger guy or the tougher kid is just straight up punking the smaller guy.
Yeah, I asked you guys in the group messages. This guy's a 2-time.
He's a
boxer.
2-time division champion.
And he just fought this year too. I was looking at his record.
For him to say he's been out of the game. No, dude, you fought this year.
So, Guillermo, how much should we take this video like for the actual truth? Is this all propaganda by the UFC and Dana White here? Like. We'll get into Paulie's reactions in the next round, but I mean, what do we make of this?
So, three things, okay? First thing, Albert, you don't want to see my heavy hands.
That's why you're getting straight. I'm going straight for the takedown, bro.
Got a lot of weight.
Yeah, but he also has a lot of weight once I put him on his back.
Two, Alex. To be honest with you, I didn't know who Paulie G or Paulie M was.
The fact that you said Paulie G shows you that you didn't know who he was.
I don't even know who this schmuck was until Conor McGregor brought him into the conversation, to be honest with you. That just shows my lack of boxing.
Yeah.
But third of all...
Self-admitted.
Yeah, I know. Self-admitted. You know, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
But third, did the UFC pick and choose what videos to leak out and what angles to leak out? Of course. It's all promotion. Do I think it was if it was really like competitive or in favor of Conor McGregor, you would think they would release the whole 12 rounds, right? No, they pick and choose what's released because they're going to make their guys look legit. Like Albert said, is like they're not stupid, but at the end of the Mayweather fight, they might release all this footage, and then we're like all different, talking a different tune. Like Albert, like he can't get off Conor McGregor's jock because he sees 20 seconds of this guy and didn't see 12 rounds of Conor McGregor boxing Paulie.
Okay, Albert, you made to kind of that point. You brought it up before we started recording about if Paulie is such a world-class boxer, and McGregor has no shot in the box or no business in the boxing ring. he shouldn't even get 2 rounds, right? Like that, he shouldn't land those type of shots on him.
That's my whole point. Like, for him to say, like, well, to tell you the truth, he got 2 rounds. I mean, I always say that he got, like, at least 2 rounds. You're a 2-division champion. He shouldn't even get 2 rounds. As a matter of fact, if he got 2 rounds, it would have to be something where, like, he can't even put a clip like that together. You know what I'm saying? The way the whole boxing community, the whole way Paulie talked before this all said, that's how they made it seem like he wouldn't even have a chance to put up a clip like he put up. And the fact that there is a clip even like that is enough. To me, that's enough to say the box community is foolish. It's full of shit, and they're pretty much no. And it's true. It's one of those. Honestly, the boxing community reminds me of a bunch of freaking people that shit up their ass. Where they think their sport is so high end that you can't fucking understand it. It's so sophisticated. If you don't have the fucking boxing intelligence, you will never understand a Klitschko fight. Shut your mouth. A Klitschko fight is boring to begin with, and for you to tell me that I can't see some fool pivot his foot, throw his jab, work his jab, tuck in that. Shut up. I see it, all right? It's boring. Don't give me that crap away. A fight's a fight at the end of the day. It's someone's going to land a punch, someone's going to land a punch, regardless of how they land it, if it's from an orthodox position or not. But
Alex,
before I forget my points here, Guillermo, let me tell you a couple stuff real quick, right? First of all, you're missing the biggest point. You said, why don't they release all 12 rounds? Okay, why don't you release all of Conor McGregor's game plan? Come on, Guillermo. Let's be smart here too. You're not gonna release your blueprint to a fighter. That in MMA, kickboxing, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna release what I've been practicing on. Yeah, but I'm just saying. Why do you? And the reason they selected these 2 clips is mainly because Paulie kept talking shit. Paulie said he got pushed down, so they didn't want to just show those 2 clips because that's what you have to show. You show the 12 rounds, you give away your blueprint. And just to let you know, Guillermo, if I watch Conor McGregor just doing his movement stuff, I don't even need to see this stuff. Just him doing his freaking To me that hypes me up, and I'm already buying the pay-per-view.
So as much as I am a Conor McGregor fan, and I want to see it, I still in the back of my head, like, a lot of this is a propaganda from Dana White in the UFC. Of course, they're gonna make Paulie look bad, which he did. I was like, this guy's a professional boxer. He looks so goofy, like I can't get his headgear was crooked, and he just looked like just some guy they threw out there. But I see you guys both points. But I'm still like, okay, like this has to be propaganda. Guillermo, what are you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say, Alex, I was gonna originally go against Albert because I think it's ludicrous to say that, oh yeah, it feels so good you couldn't get a shot in or whatever. I was gonna argue that whole point because I can go over there and ace Albert like if it's tomorrow without any tennis knowledge whatsoever.
He beat you 6-0.
But see, look, the comparison you really should be, it's like, you think I'm gonna ace Pete Sampras? I mean, I'm talking about Pete Sampras right now. I'm not talking about Pete Sampras when he was good. I'm talking about Pete Sampras right now. You think I can ace Pete Sampras right now?
Albert,
what?
Then you made. I'm gonna disregard whatever you say. Then you made this rated MA podcast all of a sudden because you're cussing left and right. So now I'm gonna back you up, bro. So basically, the thing I wanted to point out is you have all these athletic athletes. So you have Chad Ochocinco trying out for the Kansas City. Sporting Kansas City, right? Soccer, an NFL player playing soccer, professional soccer. Oh man, this guy should not have a chance whatsoever. The coach is after. Oh wow, he's actually pretty good. Had he, started a little bit earlier or whatever, he would have been world class, right?
He's an athlete.
Then you get a guy like Antonio Gates for the San Diego Chargers. Never played football in his life. College basketball player. Pretty good. All of a sudden tries out for the San Diego Chargers. Now the Hall of Famer for the NFL.
Tim Tebow in baseball.
Yeah. Tim Tebow. They didn't give him a chance in baseball. And look he's proving naysayers wrong. Oh, it's a publicity stunt.
Yeah. Well, I think you're forgetting the best example, too, is Michael Jordan with the White Sox.
Oh, and there's another good example. So
Deion Sanders?
To back up Albert,
Bo Jackson's a freak.
Logically and intelligently, because Albert never does this correctly, is that that Conor McGregor, does he have a chance? Of course, he's been doing the fight game all his life.
He's been fighting.
Can he pick it up quickly? Of course, he's been boxing his whole life. It's a form of mixed martial art. But to Albert's point that Paulie G is a joke and this and that, you got to give Paulie, and I said Paulie G again.
Paulie M.
You got to give Paulie M his props and his dues. And of course, UFC is always going to leak footage to benefit their fighter before the fight. They're not gonna do anything else. But that's all media. That's all marketing. And Albert doesn't see that because he's
nobody do see that.
Yeah. You also have another one out too.
Like me.
Brock Lesnar when he went from wrestling to UFC.
Oh yeah,
that's
the biggest one.
Yeah, and who wasn't successful? CM Punk to the UFC because the athletic ability was there.
You have to be a keyword here in our argument. You have to be an athlete to do these jumps.
Which is too. I want to point before we close this round.
You're welcome.
I know we're way over. I was really surprised about the support that other fighters were giving Conor McGregor when there's a lot of them retweeted the video. The Alistair Overeem. I saw. Josh Thompson say, "Oh yeah, it looks like a real push down to me." I was like, as much as flack as Conor McGregor gets, it seems like the mixed martial arts world is really behind him on this one, and it really did remind me when Brock Lesnar first came to the UFC, how like so many professional wrestlers who were once bad mouthing Brock Lesnar are now like they're rooting for him, because when they succeed, when he succeeds, they all succeed, right?
That's their boy.
Yeah. If he succeeds, they all succeed. So I mean, it's just kind of weird seeing like guys like cheering for Conor McGregor who are one smack talking crap about him. Like, this is just mixed martial arts, but whatever. That's it for round number one. We went way over. Round two, we're gonna come back and talk about Paulie M's reaction on Twitter to the leak footage because it's pretty interesting stuff. So don't go anywhere. But before we do that, let's talk about 5 Rounds Clothing, one of our great sponsors. 5 Rounds Clothing offers a unique collection of apparel and accessories by incorporating the culture, style, and attitude of mixed martial arts. They're constantly evolving and improving to become the best fightwear company in the MMA world. Check out the line of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and other great accessories at 5rounds.net. That's the number 5rounds.net. They're also on Twitter at 5roundswear and on Instagram at 5rounds_5rounds. Get it on round 2 coming up. Welcome back. Time for round number 2. Let's go into the man at the center of this controversy, Paulie M. His reaction to once the footage was leaked. It was kind of leaked like late at night, wasn't it? Or was it? When I first saw it, it was like late Thursday or late Friday, wasn't it?
Well, from people don't know, obviously we communicate with each other and we have an Instagram thread. Yeah. Me, Guillermo, Alex, and our boy Jason from those Leprechauns podcast.
We text all the time, people.
And, all the time. And I think as soon as the footage came out, all of us were sharing it, and it was, I want to say it was way late in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Guillermo was up.
Was up East Coast time.
In the East Coast time, it had been like 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah, bro. Whenever Conor McGregor, I have him on instant notification, bro.
You got your Google. You have Google alerts for Conor McGregor or what?
No, man. Well, I have some type of notification, but it wakes up everybody in the bedroom, bro.
Alexa, tell me when there's Conor McGregor news up. So, obviously, the footage was leaked by Dana White. It didn't look very good at all. And then this is Paulie M's reaction at 9:17 p.m. on August 11th, so they can give it time to when the footage was actually released. First tweet: lefty versus Conor, right foot position, holding head down with right hand while throwing left and moving me into his lead right foot or left stance. As I've said, we got 36 minutes last Tuesday. I've already explained the last 2 rounds were his. I stand by the full 36 minutes, though. Edit how you like. Pushing my head down with right hand as he dragging me in that direction then throwing the left. The push down is with right hand. Honestly, it disguises it better than I thought. Or the angle in the vid in real time in gym. No one thought knockdown. We just continued. You don't see his right hand dragging me behind my neck to the right where his lead right foot from southpaw stance is. Notoriously blind, bro. What I've been saying holds true. Hold on. He gets 11 of the 12 of which he shows footage of the knockdown in quotes. His right hand dragging me down 36 minutes, I assume. They had rights to the footage. I've gone over all 20 rounds. He hasn't released anything I didn't already discuss from the start. This was round 12, which I've openly discussed. I was fatigued and lost the knockdown. However, watch his right hand drag me from behind the neck. So he's kind of just saying pretty much, he keeps going on and on. Nice view of angles. As I said, no one had the footage released tonight. Denies what I've said from the start, 36 minutes. So he's basically saying that
it was a push down. And they just showed the one round that Conor got good.
And I was tired. So this is also what Conor McGregor said about it too. He actually makes some pretty weird pretty strong comments about Paulie M. Quote, this is McGregor. Quote, he was looking for an exit. The spars were not good for him. He took a lot of head trauma straight after it. We were worried. The sparring partners were actually telling us when he was dropped back at the home that he was stumbling out of the car after the 12-rounder. He was flattened against the ropes multiple times. The ropes kept him on his feet. We were worried about him. We thought the worst was about to happen. He was certainly badly concussed, and then we just got out of there, and he went running, end quote. So McGregor saying he concussed the guy. So he said he has head trauma from sparring with them, basically. Or
What?
maybe
Have you heard Paulie's interviews?
I guess, but he's also a professional boxer as well. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of drama here. A lot of he said, she said. So,
Guillermo, let me go first because I'll give you a bunch of stuff you can rebuttal. One,
yeah.
it doesn't matter for you.
Yeah.
Rebuttal. I'll rebuttal. Don't
Okay.
worry. I got you, dog.
Paulie trying to act like this is a Naruto episode where something happened in a split second and then he breaks it down like, just so you know what just happened was I went left and then I went right. Keep in mind, this all happened in a second. The guy's breaking down a bunch of movements in a second. Watch the clip. In a second, he's trying to say that all this happened, right? Second thing is, if it's true, right? If it's true, Paulie doesn't have balance for crap. He must have barely. What did he do? Barely touch his back of his head, and he went out of control and lost balance. Come on. And third thing, Dana White clearly showed two different angles. He showed behind and in front. So I don't know what Paulie's talking about. What do you want? The 360 camera in there? They showed two clearly different angles. And the last thing I'm gonna say is Paulie has said he can wear ankle weights and still get through a sparring session. Apparently, bro, you need to not have ankle weights on.
Guillermo, what do you think about what Paulie's? His what Albert said. Go for it.
It's legit that he knocked him down or whatever. I give all the credit in the world to Conor McGregor, but you got a guy that's training for the fight of his life. You would think he's conditioned, right? So you would think that it makes sense that round 11 and round 12 are the rounds that makes him look the best. Ask Albert when he plays soccer at halftime. This guy's throwing up at the sideline.
Well, talking about athletes here.
We're talking about athletes, though. And then again, I'm throwing up at halftime doesn't mean that doesn't mean nothing. I was never a soccer player. They embarrassed me. They embarrassed me before I'm tired, bro.
Your dad embarrassed you.
Yeah, before I'm tired.
He's better boxer. You would think that condition would play a factor in round 11 and round 12. Of course, they're gonna highlight that. They're not gonna highlight round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that, Albert. 10 rounds before they show a highlight.
So
Conor McGregor did to Paulie.
So if Dana White, if they release Dana White 2 more rounds in there, showing him beating up Paulie,
2 rounds,
then you'll eat your words.
I would eat my words left and right. I'm just saying.
With the side of ranch dressing.
That Paul says straight up, the first 36 minutes were a different fight until it got to round 11 and round 12.
Guillermo, it's the he said, she said. I could say I schooled you in soccer last time you came.
Well, it just sucks that, okay, so like I don't, like I said, I'm not a boxing fan, so I don't know Paulie's history. Is he notoriously, embellishes the story? I don't know what his promos are like. Does he kind of, but I know what Dana White's like.
Mm.
I know this guy. Everything he says, you take with a grain of salt. You really can't trust the guy because he always goes back on his word. So when it comes from him, I'm like, okay, I have to take it with a grain of salt because it's Dana White and the UFC. Obviously, they have an agenda. If you go on their social media page, there's no other fighter in the company besides Conor McGregor at the moment. They release training sessions about him every day. So what's up?
The last point I want to make is you can have all the talent in the world, and I'm not saying I was the best soccer player in the world, but I would say I was good enough to play college soccer. But you get me at the 80th minute of the match, a guy that doesn't know how to play soccer, but that can outrun me, will look a lot better than myself out in the soccer field.
That's your fault, bro. Condition more, bro.
But then again, dog, you're not in shape. Paulie can say what he wants. He fought this year. He's still somewhat in shape.
But it just makes my point that conditioning is a big factor. I don't care what sport it is. I don't care if it's the Tour de France, if it's women's tennis.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I can catch Lance Armstrong on a bad day. I ain't beating him in no. And not even a quarter mile, homie.
Yeah. Well, it's also too. I think McGregor's also saying some serious allegations too about how he's concussed and he has head trauma. I mean, don't be saying about it, but that's a scary thing to bring up.
That's true. That's something to joke about.
To any combat athlete, don't talk about head trauma unless you for sure. I mean, that's these guys. They risk that every day. In training and when they fight. So.
And at the same time, I will tell Connor this: when you hear Paulie talk, it doesn't seem all there.
He doesn't.
It seemed like it does seem like a boxer that has been concussed. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not trying to make a joke of it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. The guy seems like he struggles to get some of his words out.
That's it for round number 2, right? We went over the thing. We went over the time, right?
Yeah, we're both rounds.
Okay, so round 3, we're gonna talk about.
We already did a whole show with these 2 rounds.
We're gonna talk about what's going on in the Mayweather camp. It's pretty quiet, actually, was it a good thing or a bad thing? So I'm gonna talk that with you guys next. But before we do that, talk about Mobilitas mobility tools, the best mobility tools on the planet, durable, portable, myofascial release products designed with more grip to help you improve performance and recover faster. The foam rollers, little peanuts, roller balls to get all those knots out of your muscles when you before and after training. So they're also on Instagram at Mobilitas. Visit your jointshouldn'thurt.com. That's your jointshouldn'thurt.com for all the great lines of products. They're also on Facebook, and visit youtube.com/yourjointshouldn'thurt for great tutorial videos on how to use our products and how to get in shape, how to stay physically healthy to get the best workout possible. Round number 3 coming up. All right, welcome back. Time for round number 3. We'll do a condensed version because nothing's going on. And
it's pretty much consider this the boxing round for.
What I want, all the news, all the drama is coming from Camp McGregor. While it seems like Mayweather's having a pretty quiet camp, I think the biggest headline this week was when Mayweather gave out the game plan on how to beat himself, right? I think he said, like, oh, this is what McGregor needs to do to beat me. And like, I was like, what? Like, Mayweather's giving out secrets. And that was like the biggest one. But that was published from Mayweather. And whenever Mayweather fights, it's always like he's the one at the center of attention. He's the one getting it for this training camps. Now it's like he's just the calm veteran. Like, I'm just gonna go what I gotta do. I think it's kind of weird for me, anyways, for McGregor for Mayweather fight. Do you think this will hurt? Obviously, Mayweather's a showmanship. He likes the attention. He's a showman. He's a natural showman. He likes the spotlight. He likes being the biggest star. The name on the marquee. So, do you think that he'll kind of maybe open up more? What's up?
Mayweather is the Conor McGregor of MMA.
Boxing, you mean?
Mayweather doesn't need to talk anything. Mayweather doesn't have to talk anything. Conor McGregor's selling the fight for him. He doesn't have to do what he normally does for Canelo or for Juan Marquez or Pacquiao. These guys are dead silent,
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's doing all the talking, all the publicity.
That's crazy.
Don't you think? It's funny how DC versus John Jones, so much bad blood. And then at the end, John Jones says, oh, I would train with DC. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, it's more publicity, so us, the fans, are more invested in the fight. He doesn't have to do this. Conor McGregor's doing this for him.
Wow, so we might see like the most relaxed Floyd Mayweather ever, right? He did no promo. Like, he did the world tour for the week, and that's it. I'm done. Now I'm just gonna train, work out, and let McGregor do everything for me.
I kid you not. There's stuff underneath this. Just so you guys know. You guys got it partially right. Yes, he's letting Conor McGregor carry most of the weight. But you guys are missing the key point here. I think he's selling the fight by not talking and whatever. I think he wants people to think like, see, dude, Mayweather's not taking it seriously. Mayweather's not training. We're not seeing Mayweather of Mayweather. Maybe it's not him. Maybe we should. Maybe we should purchase the pay-per-view and see if it's the Mayweather vote. That's what I'm just saying. I think Mayweather's just selling the fight in a different level. As far as by him being quiet, people are going to start questioning. Maybe he's not training hard enough, whatever. But I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you right now, he's training hard.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But I think it's just a way he's selling the fight.
You can tell the difference between me and Albert, where I come from more of a sports world, and you come from more of a media world.
And all I do, and guess what? I sell tickets, bro. You worry about the game, and I worry about selling tickets.
And that's what you're doing for 5-round MMA. You're selling viewership, bro.
Yeah.
I applaud you for that, bro. But at the end of the day, you're blowing smoke when there's no smoke. There's no fire to begin with.
There was fire to begin with.
So we'll see. I think it's interesting that all these headlines are coming out of Camp McGregor and Mayweather just sitting there training, doing what you need to do, being a professional boxer, not a professional salesman this time. So that's cool. That's it for round number 3. It was a little condensed version because we went over the last 2 rounds. But we're taking a small break, come back into the championship rounds, switch gears, talk about Ronda Rousey and her WWE potential run and her potential in that company. But before we do that, let's talk about Redemption Martial Arts. The RMA Foundation is a non-profit organization with the primary goal of bringing awareness to the bullying epidemic and providing people with accessible training and resources to help them combat bullying confrontations. Team RMA consists of individuals from all walks of life who share a common passion for making a difference and serving as anti-bullying activists. If you're interested in being a member of the RMA team or want more information, please visit redemptionmartialarts.com. Or they're also find them on all forms of social media. That's redemptionmartialarts.com. Rise Up Against Bullying championship rounds coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Let's enter the championship round. So round number 4, rumor has it, very strong rumors, that Ronda Rousey is in bed with the World Wrestling Entertainment. Rumors have that she's training in Los Angeles with legendary wrestler, trainer, the Brian Kendrick, for a potential run at WWE. I mean, she's not fighting anymore. Dana White said he doesn't want to stay in the UFC anymore. After 2 knockout losses, she's been like unmotivated. So might as well get that easy money for the WWE. But I want to ask you guys, is this a big deal or not? I mean, if the good thing here about MMA is we're all wrestling fans, hardcore wrestling fans for years upon years. Most of our life has been wrestling fans. And the current product now that WWE is shelling out on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Sundays is not very good. It's actually probably the worst it's ever been in a long, long time. There are no characters. The storylines are really bad. The wrestling's good, but it's a television show. And
hey, you really want me to stay quiet, huh?
Yeah, I mean, but Ronda Rousey here, she's not coming into the global juggernaut that it was in the Attitude Era or even was, the early 2000s. She's kind of coming to where they're getting like two.
So you're telling me Hulk Hogan can wrestle? You're telling me Kevin Nash can wrestle?
No.
I mean, come on, Alex.
No.
Bro.
I'm saying, like, yeah, this is. I don't think this is the biggest deal as everybody wants it to be. I think that she's coming into a company that's maybe averaging $2 million a week viewership, but that's below any reality show. So.
It was $3 million last time I checked.
What do you think? This is a good move. Will this help? Will this help Ronda Rousey? Will this help WWE? What do you think, Guillermo? Will she come in and get him back to 5 million viewers, 6 million viewers, 7 million they had when Stone Cold and The Rock were on TV?
No, but I think this is a good move for Ronda Rousey. I think.
I agree.
Left for her. I think the movie business is cold for her. I think there's nothing left besides rewrite her name or reestablish her name in WWE, which is, think about the #1 actor in all of Hollywood, The Rock. Think about the most attractive UFC fighter, Brock Lesnar, all coming from WWE.
Yeah. What do you think, Albert?
I'm going to say a couple things because you guys are missing the biggest point here.
Should get a nice fat contract.
First of all, there's an evolution going on in pro wrestling. There's a big evolution, which is they're trying to now go towards the MMA route.
Strong style.
It's strong style is what I'm trying to point at. Japan has been scratching it little by little, and I think they're to a point where it's there. And I think Ronda Rousey is going to be spearheading this new evolution to American wrestling, even though we have the strong styles and the guys that can wrestle like that now, but they can't wrestle like that. Nakamura got in trouble for what he did to John Cena, even though it's John Cena's fault, but Nakamura got the heat.
Gotta get that shot.
Yeah, but I think when Ronda Rousey comes, it's gonna be nothing but a beautiful thing for pro wrestling because she's gonna spearhead this style of like, let's do more MMA based, more MMA moves, more realistic submissions rather than kind of an exaggerated form of wrestling.
So gone is the era of 80s and 90s, and there are no more characters, no more storylines, just straight wrestling like in Japan. Because other than like the Kenny Omega, Okada, it's not really a storyline. They're just wrestling each other.
Yeah.
The animosity's there, but it's all in the ring. There's no more promos being cut anymore.
I seriously feel that's the next step for American wrestling. And I think Ronda Rousey is spearheaded, and she's going to be pretty much front and center to this revolution, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And I see nothing but good things. I think that's the reason why we're losing interest here in wrestling, because they're trying to supplement horrible writing with good wrestling.
Yeah.
And if the wrestling's good and the writing's bad, then just show me the wrestling.
Yeah.
Don't show me the writing.
Which I think Ronda is good for her. She'll get nice fat contract. I don't think she'll be full time. She'll probably do the Brock Lesnar thing. She'll come and wrestle every few years. I don't know, Garen. What do you think? You think she's full time or part time?
I think she does part time. She does the Brock Lesnar schedule. But to Albert's point is like, how many women's revolutions do we have to have? This is the third movement. It's never come. It's never will be. The only reason Ronda Rousey is famous is because of her.
See, I wasn't even talking about women's wrestling. I was talking about wrestling, bro. I ain't talking about women or male. She's going to spearhead, and people are going to see that, and it's like, no, that's what we want. Everybody else. Everybody do a judo throw. Everybody do an actual triangle, an actual armbar, a real armbar. Do a real Kimura.
Nakamura. You just mentioned CM Punk. You just
yeah, but these people got in trouble. Nakamura just got in trouble for his John Cena fight. He got the heat over that match.
Levi. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because look at the other guys that do like UFC style or MMA style.
Yeah, they're in Japan.
Samoa Joe. Doing the rear naked choke.
You gonna call that a rear naked choke, bro? He can make it look a little bit more realistic.
Fake. It's wrestling.
I know it's wrestling, bro, but you gotta put a little bit of sprinkle a little realism in it.
A little stank on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The more realism you get,
the best worst example is Undertaker's freaking what's it called? Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
Dude, just finish it a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not telling you, obviously don't put the hold.
But I mean, like,
come on.
If we're going to go like realistic, then there's no, I mean, who on the WWE roster has a legit fight has a chance to get Ronda Rousey? None of them.
Alberto Del Rio, bro.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'm talking about female wrestlers.
And I'll tell you what, I'll pay to see that. Alberto Del Rio versus Ronda Rousey.
I think like this is like I think Sasha Banks like has a hard time maintaining like being over 100 pounds. She says. So I mean, and Ronda Rousey cuts down to 135, and they're supposed to wrestle. Like, how am I supposed to believe that? But that's something for the professionals in WWE to worry about. Convince me that this is a real fight. Anyways, that's it for round number 4. We got one more round coming up. Before we do, let's talk about FightBookMMA.com, the only place you'll find real combat sports news from all over the world. A website you can trust with accurate news from MMA, kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai. It's all there. They cover everything. Local promotions, major ones, it's all there under one roof. They also have a great podcast section with a great combat sports podcasts. We're on there. I think everybody's on there. So they're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That's FightBookMMA.com. Fifth and final round coming up next. All right, welcome back. Fifth and final round, news and notes. Like I said, it's been kind of slow. I want to talk about the rumor that Rose Namajunas is going to fight Joanna Jędrzejczyk coming up in, I think, UFC 217, I think.
I saw that, but it kind of doesn't make sense to me.
Hasn't been confirmed, but what's up, Guillermo?
Body issue?
Oh, yeah. Was it Women's Health?
Yeah, it was like Women's Health or something. They did like an ESPN style.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only reason it was like Women's Health or something like that, the only reason I bring it up is the fact that how high Rose Namajunas has risen recently. So it only makes sense for her to take the next fight against Joanna Jędrzejczyk because you could sell the crap out of that
name-wise.
fight. Because this guy, Rose, name-wise, is the most popular fighter in that division besides Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah. Also, too, did you hear about the rumor that I think it's pretty much confirmed that Paige Van Zandt's going up to 125 now too as well? So she's leaving that division, which is kind of funny. You know, the upcoming tough is going to be 125. They're going to crown a champion off of that one, but you got a lot of tough fighters going up to 125. They get Paige Van Zandt. I think Jessica Ai, who's supposed to fight Paige Van Zandt, is going to 125. So it looks like whoever wins that tough season is gonna have their hands full. And I saw a lot of the girls or women fighters on the tough record. They have like a lot of maybe sub 500 records, I think.
Yeah, they had some horrible records.
Yeah, like
what I was gonna say is I don't know how I understand that Claudia Gadelha has already had 2 chances at Joanna and Jay, but I still think you have to get through her to Joanna. And I think to me the logical thing was have Rose fight her, especially since she just beat Carolina.
Yeah,
and to me that seems logical. That would if Claudia can win, I don't see why you can't set up a third matchup. And at the same time, I feel Rose needs to show that she is the top contender because she has had some chances.
Why does Rose need to show you anymore?
Because she's probably on a one fight win streak, Guillermo.
But she's fought the who's of who.
I'm aware of that, but she has a lost win, and then you're gonna give her the title. when Claudia has 2 wins on her belt since Joanna Jay and beat the first contender, Carolina, convincingly.
Yeah, but who else in that division has like
Claudia?
5-5 win streak or something like that? That's like you can't deny this girl, and who hasn't faced Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Nobody really.
Well, see that not you said the key word. Who hasn't? We're in the same situation as the flyweight division for the men's.
Yeah.
It's the same problem. Who has of the top 5 guys? Who hasn't faced Mighty Mouse yet and gotten that L?
Yeah. Also,
I just think it would make it a stronger point if you did Claudia versus Rose first, and then have him face Joanna Jay.
Yeah, did you guys also hear about Kevin Gastelum versus Anderson Silva's being rescheduled? Because they're supposed to fight before, right? Weren't they?
Yeah.
And
then he got caught with marijuana.
Yeah, I think for UFC, like in Singapore or somewhere in Asia. But I thought this was kind of funny because Kevin Gastelum was like, "Oh, I'm going down after losing to Chris Weidman. I'm going down to 170." Is this a question of just it's too big of a fight to turn down? Is that why you think he's staying at 185, Guillermo?
No, I think he's dangerous still at middleweight. I mean, forget the finish against Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman, to me, played a scared game. In fact, he used his, size advantage, but he was actually losing that fight, in my opinion. And he was getting rocked by Kevin Gastelum. So I think Kevin Gastelum, for 2 things, is he a contender at middleweight? Hell yeah, I think he is. And the second thing is, can you turn down an Anderson Silva fight? Like,
yeah, true.
That's like the biggest money fight you can possibly get without the Conor McGregors, without the big heavy names. Anderson Silva still. Albert will still pay to watch him fight against Vitor Belfort for a 4th time.
That's true.
Yeah, it's gonna be UFC Shanghai. I guess they agreed for it. They both agreed. So, but you think that's what it is? Is like, hey, I'm not gonna turn it down.
Honestly, I think it's the opportunity. It's not necessarily making a staple in this weight class because Chris Weidman clearly showed that it wasn't the most talented fighter that won that night. It was the guy that had the weight advantage, and that's
stuck the game plan.
But that's always been my thing with some of these fighters. It's like, in a different weight class, they're different monsters. And Kevin Gastelum is just one of them. I mean, is he talented? Of course. Or else he wouldn't even be able to hang in the 185. But let's not sugarcoat it. Chris Weidman was just too big, too strong that night. But when you hear the names like Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, John Jones, I don't think you turn those fights down. These are epic fights. These are legendary fights. It doesn't matter what weight class we're at. I think you take those fights.
Yeah, I assume it's going to be in Shanghai. What happened?
Make sure to mention Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz in that same sentence.
Whatever.
Actually, you're probably right. Actually, UFC Shanghai more likely probably be a fight pass main event. So main event money against Anderson Silva. Why turn down? So I guess you're right. But we'll see. Hopefully after this, when he goes down to 170, I think he could. Once he gets on a good diet, he'll be cool. Good. That's a good show. Heated stuff. Hopefully we get some boxing experts in here. We got one more week before McGregor versus Mayweather. One more show before. So next week's show will be all. We'll see on that one. This is going to be an interesting show. What other leak footage that comes out in the week coming up. But until then, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 5RoundMMA. It's FIVE Round MMA. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Podomatic, and YouTube. And visit 5RoundMMA.com. Big shout out to Fightbook MMA for hooking us up with the Golden Boy Promotion Show and USKO Fight Night Muay Thai in Riverside. Write-up should be that on soon. Cool stuff, man. Lorenz Larkin was there in person. Had a championship trophy, so cool night of fights from the Riverside. Check out the next USKO Fight Night. I think it's in October. Albert, what do you got?
Just 2 more weeks, baby.
Fight of the century. Guillermo, take us away.
Before I take it away, Games of Thrones is tonight. I love the show. I love where this is going. I get goosebumps. I've never gotten goosebumps like this for a show besides live events. So, I hope everybody tunes in. If not, get HBO Go, get HBO Now. Game of Thrones is the greatest show ever created. The cream of the crop.
Guillermo's obviously not a Breaking Bad fan, so. See you.
You are now listening to Afro Mighty Radio.